Hello everybody and welcome back once again, week 2, game 2. I'm at Oakland High School and I'm with the head coach of the Oakland Patriots, Coach Kevin Creasy. Coach, Saturday night in the second game, you took on Hoover and got your taste of 6A football and
well, actually it was 7A.
7A, yeah.
They got 7 in Alabama, and played a quality opponent. Hoover's everything as advertised. A lot of people thought Hoover would be down because they sent 18 kids to college to play football from last year's team, but most of their starters this year are seniors, and they've got it worked out where pretty much everybody has to bide their time to become a starter unless you're just really special. And so the 2 or 3 returning starters that they had were really special players. Jeremiah Moon, we had talked about him before. We ever played 6'4", 200-pound linebacker going to Florida. And, they had a supporting cast to go along with him. And they gave us a lot of trouble, but, real proud of our guys for continuing to fight. Got down 3 scores, and our guys continued to fight instead of pointing fingers or blaming each other. Real proud of the fight of our guys. And like I said, playing a quality opponent like Hoover is only going to get you better.
I watched the film, you watched the film, I watched the film, you've watched the film. Talk to Oakland fans. What jumped out? I mean, what were some things that you just said, this is where we got to get better, and this was the highs and lows, the ups and downs.
Well, right from the beginning, we 3 and out them.
Yeah.
We were real proud of our defensive effort. They run a really neat offense. It's pretty much wing T principles out of the pistol, and they've got some guys that can perform. They can run, they can throw. The quarterback, you saw what a winner he was. He comes in at 140 pounds, and we nail him on the 3rd play of the game. He's laying on the turf, grabbing his side, and he fights through it. And the rest of the game, we have trouble even hitting him. We had 1 sack the whole night. We're really proud of our defensive effort, but they had some playmakers over there. And from the beginning of the game, we ended up having good field position and having to punt back to them. Really disappointed in our punt game. We put a lot of emphasis on special teams. That's one phase of the game that we're always expected to win. And we averaged about 19 yards a punt. We punted to them, and they had a return. It was the only one that returned all night, but we had a good punt, and we gave up a 20-yard return on a 40-yard punt. So, pretty much averaging about 19 yards a punt. And that was something that we felt like we were going to have an advantage over. So we gave them good field position. Our defense bowed our necks most of the night and held them to a field goal early.
Yeah.
Get the ball right back, throw a pass, have a guy wide open, and he drops it, So we're down 3-0 and should have had the ball 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. And so they were making plays and we were not making plays.
And that's tough on the defense when I'm not being mean to the
That's
offense,
right.
but if I work and then I give you the ball back, I got to have some points. You got to buy me a little cushion.
And the thing about it, what we've talked about is a lot of times, especially with 6A teams, that platoon, and we have a lot of guys that are going one way, but we got several that are going 2 ways. We're not going to be one of those programs that, hey, the offense is doing good. Why can't the defense do it?
No, not
And
even.
then why is the defense doing so well? And why can't the offense get anything wrong? We're not 2 separate entities. We're one team. Our team has got to get better. And like I said, punt's a defensive play. We've got to get better at punt. Kickoff is a defensive play. We've got to get better at kickoff. We've got a lot of improvement to do as an overall team. And that, like I said, a good team is going to expose that. We've got to put more first downs together. Even if we're going to punt at the end of the drive, we've got to flip the field. And the whole night, especially the first half, our offense did a terrible job of flipping the field and getting guys, in position to make plays on defense on their side of the 50. They're on our side. So I give credit to our defense to only allow 10 points, knowing that they were on our side of the 50 all night was pretty impressive.
Yeah, definitely. And then the highs of the game, what did you think?
Well, like I said, we didn't have any finger point going on at halftime.
Right.
We didn't have the blame game going on. There wasn't a lot of controversy on who should get the ball and why we should do this and all that stuff. At the end of the day, our guys were patient. We finally put a drive together toward the end of the game. Had a great run by KJ, Kendrick Johnson. Had great blocking on that play. And it's some things that we can point to on film and say, look, here's a guy that's been playing defense. Now he's a tight end. He's blocking down. That's Ty Nix. You know, Ty loves playing defense. Of course he loves playing defense. He's pretty good at it. But he's pretty good at blocking too.
Yeah.
And so, you know, he blocks great on that play. Here's number 7, Jacoby Stevens. Everybody talks about what a great receiver he is. And he is a great receiver. Everybody talks about what a great DB is. And he is a great DB. But on that play, unselfishly, he went in and blocked a big linebacker at 250 pounds and blocked him well. And that allowed our guards to come out and kick out and make a great run for Kendrick. So when everybody's doing great, we have a potential to have a big play, and that's what we did. And that's what we're pointing at on film. Look, defense, you can have 1 or 2 or 3 guys maybe make a mistake. On offense, you can't afford anybody to make a mistake if you want to have positive plays. And like I said, a good team like Hoover exposes some of that, and we've had some positions in which we're going to have to work on maybe moving and maneuvering people around. But at the same time, we're really happy with what we've done this week in practice and moving people around, shuffling people around in positions, and expecting more people to go both ways.
Well, and I want to admit, I did speak to you on the phone. I posted a couple of links to you in a secret room so you could see the game, what we cut, and we were talking about it and everything. And I pointed my finger, and I'm going to go ahead and get my crow out and get to eating it. You know, I made the mention, you know, should you have spread the field and you know, switch into an all different offensive formation, and quickly you let me know what formation, you know, okay, you put the question back to me, okay, I'm so smart, what formation would I run against a 4-3-4-4 guy that's, you know, 6'4", 6'5", that's going to a LSU or an Alabama, or like you talked about those other 18 kids, they're going probably to Jacksonville State, you know, which is a great team to go and play for. I mean, South Alabama, some of them could end up at Florida State or anywhere like that. So I'm just saying from an overall perspective, you educated me very quickly that that's probably, and they were frustrated with it. They let everybody know that they didn't like the wing T, and it was a frustrating offense for them.
Well, you know, they were well coached. There's no doubt about it. Of course, they've been preparing for us. They've had several weeks to prepare for us. We had several weeks to prepare for their offense. And you saw we shut them down for the most part. They never extended a drive from their 30 or anywhere inside of their 30. We never got them to drive the ball, and they never scored inside their 30. When they started where they needed to start, they never extended a drive and scored on us. Every score they had was the result of a poor punt or poor field position that we allowed them to have. So we defended them pretty well.
You was nice to them. You gave them a favor.
But again, you know, the easy thing to say is, why aren't you spreading it out?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, these guys are the national champion runner-up. They played for a national championship in 7-on-7. When we're out there spreading it out and throwing it every play, we're playing right into their hands.
Yeah.
We like to dictate when we throw the ball, but at the same time, when you're second and long, third and long, it doesn't take a lot of people to figure out you're probably going to throw it.
Yeah.
We had a couple screens that were set up well, 1 block away from a first down. But, you know, we're going to believe in our philosophy. It's proven over time. It's time tested. And our guys understand that the way to beat a team that is every week, those guys see every week the spread offense.
Yeah.
They're very good at it. And if you want to see some exotic blitzes, just line up in 4 wide and they'll show you every one ever drawn up on paper. They do it all summer long, and they're very good at it. So you kind of play right into their hands whenever you're spreading them out. You need to frustrate them. You need to eat the clock. You need to keep their offense on the sideline. And unfortunately, we only did that for a quarter. Now, for a quarter, we end up winning the 4th quarter, which is a goal of ours, but it's a little late then when you're down 24-0. But with that being said, on that drive, we were able to get in some eye, run downhill at them. We were able to get in the eye and shift back to the wing tee, the long run that we had We actually shifted into a wing T formation and ran the buck sweep. We were very happy with that last drive, but with that being said, it's a little late. We've got to put down good drives with good first down opportunities, and they did a great job of stopping us on first down. We're throwing on first down, we're play action on first down, we're throwing out screens on first down, and then of course we're trying to run the ball, and they're stopping it all and getting you in second and long. When you get second and long and third and long against Hoover, that's exactly what we've seen them on film do to their opponents all year long on their way to their 9th state championship. You know, there's a reason they won 9 out of the last 15 state championships in Alabama. They have a system. They have a program. It's not a football team, it's a program. And every year they plug people in, and they're successful because of that. From middle school on, they're in a philosophy that they stick with.
When you're in 6th grade, you know you want to play football at Hoover. Already being looked at, or you're not being looked
And
at.
I'm telling you, they sell a good product in which a lot of people are moving into that zone to play football for Hoover, and I can't blame them. I mean, they have great coaches, they have great facilities. It's a great school to go to, and I'm sure Clay Chalkville's probably the same way. But I know that Hoover has success because they have a philosophy. They have a football program.
Community buy-in.
And the community that's going to support them. They have administrative support, community support, financial support. All that ties into a great football program. And you look, the results speak for themselves. So we're happy to play Hoover. And we're not opposed to playing Hoover next year. Hoover brings with them great coaching, great players, and they show you kind of a measuring stick of where you need to go.
Absolutely.
We could have easily maybe paid off some school that needed some money and paid them to come up here and have their kids cramp up the third quarter and just beat them and going away in the second half. But we have found out a lot about our guys, and there's some guys that are being replaced. There's some guys that are going to have to step up their game, no matter if 12th grade's beside their name in the roster or not. So we've had a rough week of practice, getting ready for another good team. And because we had a loss, because we played a quality opponent, we're going to be able to adjust on the run. And in just a couple days, we're going to play another quality opponent. 5A state runner-up from last year, has a lot of guys back, a lot of good players on their team, a lot of speed. We're going to see in a week's time if we've gotten better, and we feel like that we have. We'll find out Friday night. It's the ultimate test against another quality opponent. But this early part of our schedule emulates what the playoffs are like.
Yep.
You've only got a week turnaround to get your stuff right, to get better, and to know next week you're playing another quality opponent.
Going to play Hillsboro. We closed the chapter on Hoover. No more about Hoover. But I do have to ask this one question. So are you I know that was Saturday night, but after the game, do you have to watch the video before you go to bed?
Oh yeah. We did get home probably about 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Watched it over and over. And then of course we graded it the next day. So it's a short week. Luckily for us, Hillsboro had a short week as well. They played Saturday night as well.
Okay.
So, we're starting on Hillsboro on Sunday, and they started on us. It's one of those deals where we both had one less day of preparation. But it's one of those deals where we were both lucky to play in a kickoff classic. Hillsboro had a great win Saturday, and they had a lot of fans at their kickoff classic as well, played at Vanderbilt.
Okay.
And so it was one of those deals where we both had less time to prepare, but it was a great opportunity to make a lot of money. I believe both of us were happy with the game, and of course both of us had a great opportunity to play good opponents.
Hillsboro, talk to the fans Friday night. What will they see?
Hillsboro is a power run game that will play action in a heartbeat. They have a lot of athletes. They spread you out at times, but they're again picking and choosing when they decide to throw. Great running backs, hard to bring down. Great defense. They broke the game wide open with Perlcone on a pickoff that they took back 99 yards to the house.
Wow.
So their defense is impressive. Lots of speed on their defense. Have some D linemen that are very impressive. D linemen that are getting offers from SEC schools. So our O-line is going to have a challenge ahead of them once again. But the speed of the game should slow down this week because they got to go 4 quarters with a bunch of guys that run 4.4s and 4.5s, and I don't mean just DBs. The good thing about Hoover is a lot of their linebackers are 4.5 type guys, weighing in at 200 plus pounds, and they're running 4.5s. So we got to see a D-line that was impressive, linebacker core that was as fast on the run as anybody you could see. And Hillsboro brings the same type of thing to the table. So it's going to be a challenge for us.
Nice sampling again to see what the boys can do.
And again, it's just like the playoffs. You had a hard opponent, you turn around, you got to go back to work on Monday, and you got to get ready for another hard opponent on Friday. So it's good for us. And knowing that everybody makes the playoffs, we're getting ready. Right now, it's a 10-week marathon to get ready for week 11.
All right, so let's wrap it up. But I do want you to say something about to the fans and the faculty and the staff, because I really feel like Oakland showed up and both schools did. But I thought overall, I was running the sidelines and I didn't hear any. You know, there was no fight breaking out or anything like that. It just seemed like it was a good night for 2 great football games, and Oakland sure did come out and give it their all.
Well, I'll have to say our players were frustrated, our coaches were frustrated. We're mad because we lost. And, you know, we're not happy about that. And we went to work, like I said, Monday on it. We went to work as coaches Saturday night on it. We were very frustrated. With that said, we were very pleased with our guys never quitting. And we were very pleased with our fan base. Impressive the way our student body showed up, our fans, some of our alumni showed up. Really happy.
They cheered right up to the end of the game.
They did. And I'm telling you, we were really supported. Very fantastic fan base. Really happy that they never gave up on us. They'll be there supporting again at Hillsboro. We know that, you know, it's Patriots for life around here, and these guys are going to support us, win, lose, or draw. But it's a whole lot easier to support a winner, I'll just tell you. So it's up to us to give them a good product on the field.
Makes Saturday a lot easier.
Yes, we need to put a good product on the field. And like I said, we're very happy with the way, you know, our entire faculty, staff, our student body showed up and supported us. And we expect them to do it again this week.
All right, wrap it up. That'll be over at Hillsboro High School at 7 o'clock. That's just over next to Green Hills Mall, right across the street from it. So I'm sure you can find something good to eat, head out early, go over and watch the Patriots in Hillsboro. We'll see you there.